I'm going to need you all to explain to me how any of these are possible. And once again, number 10 is going to give you some nightmares. I was in the basement. I heard my parents come home, walk through the house, and go up to the kitchen where they were putting groceries away. I heard them talking and everything, and our floorboards creaked. I didn't go up because I didn't want to help put away groceries. After a while, I went upstairs and nobody was there. Lights off, nobody home. My parents came home hours later with groceries. I can tell which cat is joining me on the bed because I can tell their footsteps apart. Both of my cats were laying on me, on the end, and I heard a third set of cat footsteps. It walked across the room, up the pet steps, and felt the bed pressed down a bit from phantom weight. I live alone and only have 2 cats. One time, while my wife and I were sleeping in the basement of my parents' house, we heard an incredibly loud scream in the basement with us. We were in our guest room, and the scream was definitely outside the door in the main area. I went and checked to see what it was. I even checked the exercise room where the cats were, and they looked spooked. And I know it wasn't them because there was absolutely no way it was a cat sound. This sounded too human-like. Lots of experiences, but my favorite happened about 10 years ago. I was getting my cats their supper, scooped the kibble into their bowls, and turned to my left to give them their food. Standing on the other side of the kitchen was my dad with a big smile. Slowly, he faded away, still smiling. My dad passed away when I was 11. I was 37 at the time. When I was a teenager, I was walking home from the store about a mile from my house at night. I was walking maybe 50 feet and turned and saw a man dressed in overalls and a straw hat playing with a little girl wearing a white dress in the pitch dark of night in a field. I blinked and they were gone. And I was at my front door. I looked at my watch and 20 minutes had passed and I had no idea how I got there. Every time I lay my daughter down for bed at night, I continuously hear footsteps or doors closing or some kind of banging, just at night. We have cameras in the house, so I'm always checking. Nothing. Check the neighbors, and they're not outside. It's always the same. Drives me nuts. I was walking past the cemetery and saw a big tombstone that said Bruce. Got home, checked my messages just to find out that my Uncle Bruce had just passed away. I went back to the cemetery. That headstone is gone. While I sat in my front room with my cats, my then boyfriend was in the bath alone. Next, I hear him scream when he came out of the bath. He had 3 red scratches from fingernails down his back. He can't reach his back like that. No idea how he got them to this day. I was talking to my boyfriend explaining how my grandfather was a mean jerk. My boyfriend said that he sounded like a real asshole. The TV tray that was in front of my boyfriend suddenly flew 5 feet away, flipping over. Grandpa had died 10 years prior. We lived in Grandpa's house. Maybe don't talk about Grandpa while you're living in his house. And at number 10, we bought a new build house in a small historic town. My daughter was 2 and started talking about her friend Michael, who was a big kid who had a broken head and couldn't find his mom in the water. Every time something strange would happen in the house, like a candle holder breaking or a light swinging, the next morning she would talk about how she saw Michael the night before. After exploring the area more, we found out we were less than 1/8 of a mile from a river, and there's a graveyard that's 80% children from the turn of the century. She stopped seeing Michael around the time she was 4, and the weird occurrences stopped as well. We never really minded him hanging out though. I'm sorry, but that would make me poop my pants. Big old turd. If you have any paranormal stories or you know anyone that has paranormal stories, please feel free to drop them in the comments and I will do my best to read them in a future video. Stay spooky.